But yeah, like you want this. You want to see how the folks are reacting to the crazy shit that you guys have been doing on set.
Yeah, I mean, it's also the way the show is structured this season more than any. We don't have read-throughs, we don't have rehearsals, we sort of turn up and shoot. So I get to work with everyone but Laz on this stage.
And my character's name is Mother's Milk.
Yeah. There's one person I want to train in town.
That's how the show ends.
We digress. No, but it's funny because at the end of the time we see the other material is when we read the scripts, and then it's really interesting. I find it very interesting when the show comes out versus watching it. So what everyone else is doing, especially the boys. Unfortunately, not letting one of them see it. You're outnumbered.
I know, this is very intimidating right now.
No, we really are. We're the only boy.
You need to call for backup.
But no, it's the only time we get to see each other's work. So it's a really, take a look fanfare out of it because people are going to say what we're going to say, or like it or not. But it's great. I love seeing what these guys are doing. We've got 2 new people in the cast who are crushing it. Old hands who, since the beginning have been fucking rock stars. So, I love seeing what these guys are doing. I gotta have the scenes with them. So, I think everyone feels like, yeah.
So for the newcomers, you are a main question. You're killing it, guys. What's it like to join this cast? I mean, by all accounts, this is a group. I know it's always said, oh, we get along, they actually really, you all sincerely love each other in that sense. So, what's it like to join midstream? Was it an adjustment period, or did you kind of feel like you knew your place from day one?
I felt like I was going to get fired every day.
Smartest person.
I don't know, it's acting. I was a fan of the show, so I knew the world, and I was delighted, intimidated, challenged. I was really excited about Aaron's vision for stage. And it felt really lucky to get this welcoming. And it's a set where everyone's about the work. Everyone's just about telling this incredible story that we're so lucky to get to. So I was looking around, like, these are my people. Let's find the moment. Let's find another moment. So,
is there a day for you, Valorie, where you're like, oh yeah, this is the set of the boys. This is probably what it feels like. This is what it should be.
Oh God, I don't know, because my first days, I was shooting TruthCon, and on stage, I really didn't get to interact with anyone. I was just on stage talking for 2 pages about Tom Hanks. So it was this removed because there's always this sort of, there's the performance of the suit as well. They kind of have the mask of the character. So I was doing this kind of extended, sort of detached version of her first as a way in, but also I got to go in with both the absolute absurdity. And even though the fight didn't happen until later, Splinter was there, which is the voice.
I'd love to hear, did anybody hear, even from the folks that have been from the start, who had the most traumatic audition? Who had the one that sticks out in mind? Or was it pretty smooth from the get-go?
Well, I sent a tape and it didn't hear anything for 5 months. So that's trauma in its own way. It was fine.
As they called, it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, after 5 months of white knuckling it, finally I was like, oh, how nice.
Antony, Chace, have you ever been up for a superhero role prior to this?
No, but I am curious what he had to do for an audition. He's in the show, the guy who was dick out of mollusk. Took your pants off. Oh my God.
No, it was I was in the last one in the room. It was like a big list of people. I'm like, oh great, they're never gonna run into this, But I was the last one in there, kind of like a little irritated I was last. But
that's the last.
That's what I just went for. I just thought it was like a big, okay, it's gonna be like a few different auditions, like it's gonna be a big process, right? And Kripke was in the room, And it was just, no, it was just me being like talking about the local lobster, hanging out with the therapist office. And then it was like a bit of a fight scene with Starlight that wasn't in the actual script. Where I scream at her and all this stuff. So it was kind of intense, and then that was it. And I used that tape, and I was like mortified. I'm like, should I do it again? Like, can I do it again later? But no, they cast me. So.
They didn't even get into costume that first day, I assume. They wait for that.
They wait for that, yeah. They wait for that, so.
Are you okay wearing sleeves right now? Does it feel weird to
It's not normally how I do it.
He arrived in a tank.
So that's up my tan.
So I had to put it in a shed.
Hate the t-shirt tan.
Laz, did you know what you were getting into? Did you familiarize yourself with the comic prior to this, or what?
I had no idea that this comic even existed. I just got, the sides. I didn't even get the whole script. And it was the scene where Mother's Milk is in the detention center. So I've auditioned for characters like that my entire career. Come here, young man. Take that ruler out of that. That's your brother right there. Take the ruler out of his throat. Like that kind of big brother, the hood type thing. So for me, it was a very comfortable environment. Obviously, reading the sides, I got the tone of the show. So I improv and added my own little comedic stuff in there. And once I heard Ricky laugh, I was like, okay, this is good. We're in good shape here. And I just went for it, like Jay said. And then I found out that was the tape. Yeah. I was like, okay, this will be good enough to bring me to round two. Yeah. They're like, there is no round two. This is what they're sending to, Amazon and Sony. So luckily it was good enough.
Amazing. This audience has been kind enough to come out tonight. Would you like to see maybe a sneak peek of an upcoming episode? We should. It was pretty quiet. Yeah. Anyone else see it? Here's a clip from the next episode of The Boys. So, needless to say, Stage's entrance mixes it up a lot. Really, a little bit. The dynamic between you two, what can you say about this relationship, you think, as we proceed in this season?
Collaborative. That kind of gives you a pretty good impression of what you can expect.
I think there are two women who have a really strong point of view on the world and know that they have a huge opportunity and want to make it count. So you get to see how they work together. It gets a lot of things
I do think there's also, they're both stepping into a certain kind of vacuum in 7, and they are both aware of that. So, there's a bit of positioning, elbowing, maybe, to see what space we can occupy. Just maybe elbowing.
And for the Deep and Stage, maybe not an equal footing relationship, to say the least.
Not quite, yeah. Like 3D chess. We just so many different takes of that. I think it's almost comedy. I remember when I watched it. God, I made so many funny takes of that. But it's great working with Susan. Yeah, we did a lot.
And it's fun to see Homelander kind of put in his place and kind of out of his depth with, the smartest person on the planet. How does...
Was that fun?
Is it fun for you, actually?
Yeah, no, of course, it's great. That's one of the things about my character, it's a lot of the season was, I spent a lot of the season with my son, Ryan, teaching him things, and let the boy watch, and teaching him, trying to make him a man. And then there's this other person here helping me develop my legacy through the boy. It was very difficult for me, difficult for Homelander to deal with, because there's a part of his mind that knows is the right way forward, this is a good thing, but there's a pretty whopping ego of this, it's not gonna end, so. But, you know, the great coincidence about the kid and legacy and all that, so, yeah, it's probably very enjoyable for everyone to watch them get cracked on. But,
It's fun to play a midlife
so
crisis.
it's great, yeah. It's fun to play that.
Let's see things in the reality.
Ah, it's nothing. No, I'm fine. That's really good. I love that people just laugh. I'm having a midlife crisis.
Everyone's misery, everybody.
No, but it's great. It's this relationship was actually one of the most enjoyable that I had in the show. So it was really, actually both of them, because they both the stuff that me and Val did. Oh, she's my girl. Pretty interesting. So I'm not going to go into a lot more because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but there's a lot of great stuff coming up with well, everyone really, especially you two. I had a great time.
How's Ashley doing? Stress level in this season? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, she's really pissed, I think. There's a lot of, you know, she has chosen a path that is, she has to continue choosing it every day. And she really does love, I think, the power that she has. Like, she likes, I always think of like her going back to her high school reunion and being like, "That's right, girls who bullied me, fuck you," you know. Like, but then, you know, all of a sudden, these two show up, and especially you, when you come in, you're like, all of a sudden, you guys have seen the first 3 episodes, right? Yeah. And in the first 3 episodes, I get, right? I get, fine? Okay, great. I forgot when that happened, thank you. Yeah, that sucked for her. And so, all of a sudden, like, she's got something to contend with, this, like, person that can talk to Homelander in the way that she talks to him, and she doesn't die. And I'm like, excuse me? I spent all this time, like, kowtowing, and all of a sudden I can't do that anymore. So yeah, I think she's having a bit of a hard time, but she gets it out in a really kinky way. So she's finding new levels of comfort, stress release.
Laz, for you, what would you assess Mother's Milk's leadership abilities of the boys versus Butcher? Who's the better leader at this point?
Mother's Milk is insanely horrible at leadership. He hates it. He hates it. And that's what I always loved about playing like his co-captain, was that he had to worry about all the business side of it. And now that MM is in charge of the boys, you're going to see a lot of different things happening to the office. It's going to look more MM-ish.
Clean. It's going to be spotless.
Complete makeover. You know? I mean, just in general, you know, obviously, he's now buttoned up, he's in a suit, he has to report to the president, to the CIA, like, it takes a toll on him. And so we start seeing that affect his OCD differently than we've seen it in other previous seasons.
For you, Chace, did you have any idea you were playing opposite, spoiler over, Tilda Swinton?
No, I didn't. Can't believe she did it.
At what point did they clue you in? You shot the scene and they're like, by the way, that's Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, no, it was. I think Cookie texted me that, and I was like, he's fucking with me. There's no way. But he did say he wanted like to get like, you know, the most British Oscar-winningest actress. There's only like 2 of them or 3, you know. So I had no idea because when I was shooting it, it's like an empty tank. There's no octopus. It's like a little X, and then there's like someone like overly dramatically reading it on the sides, you know. And it's like it was a lot of fun. Like shoot it. We don't know who's going to be booking these movies. So easy.
Are you allowed to say you've done a scene with Tilda Swinton now, technically?
Oh, I'm going to be milking it for everything. Yeah. Like, yeah. Oscar nominated, yeah, exactly.
You left her in the dark closet.
Well, my same outfit is in the closet.
Tilda's doing the same thing. She's beckoning and I did this wonderful role as a Chace Crawford.
Has your relationship with seafood changed?
I mean, yeah.
No. We just went to Mexico and we ate more octopus than I've ever eaten.
Yeah, that was it for me. And I was like, this is done. It's a little bit much.
People send over octopus to you in restaurants ever?
No, they don't. They're just like wearing them around there. They just like, see that people like dress up and they're like, look what I ordered. It's a Comic-Con reference. It's always like a toy. Right? It's always like a toy. Forever.
Did you watch My Octopus Teacher?
Chace watched it. Christian was like, have you ever seen My Octopus Teacher? And I was like, yeah. Why? What do you want from me? But yeah, no, the documentary is actually really good. No, but yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. These are the things they do not warn you about when you take on roles. You don't anticipate this kind of collateral damage.
Yeah, I dreamed of it since I was 5. Yeah, it was great. Didn't it?
This cast is wonderful. Sadly, some of the cast couldn't be here, but someone sent in a message that they wanted to play for you guys. Shall we check in with Mr. Jack Quaid?
Hey, Josh, Jack Quaid here, long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm coming to you live from my apartment. My question is for the cast. We always get asked what our favorite on-set memory is. What's your favorite off-set memory? What's your favorite memory of just hanging out in Toronto with everybody? I love you all. I miss you all. Go fuck yourselves. Have an amazing night. Josh, say hi to Papa Gary for me. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye.
So what are the offset shenanigans?
I got one. So last year, Chace decided to be so nice to us and host one birthday party. One birthday party at his crib. We took over his house.
Like a loft space. Like how I got a
Beautiful law.
Beautiful
law.
One space.
But we were just very disrespectful.
It was very disrespectful.
To the point where 2:30 in the morning, we're still blasting music, dancing, singing karaoke, and somehow Carl and Tomer, Frenchie, decided they had fireworks. We're drunk. Might as well light some fireworks in front of Chace's building.
No, first they tried to have them inside.
Yeah.
They don't know about any of that. I'm putting out my own fires.
So they weren't just fireworks. They were, those like M80s. Those like
shells.
Yeah, they were like half a dynamite stick. Yeah. Yo, his neighbors, I don't know how he didn't get kicked out of that. People were screaming. These are Canadians. We were getting yelled at in English and French, you name it. It was hilarious.
No, because with the neighbor's dogs, I have a dog, so I get that with your dog. That's when you really angry when your dog is involved. She like takes over. But I kind of have like, put out there, I apologize later, but some neighbors were like,
And then we took over his house for like the next 5 birthdays because his house was so much fun.
And then the cops, like, we saw the cop car, like slowly, and we were like, the cops!
You were hiding in the bathroom.
we were playing like running charades, and it just evolved into, fireworks.
Running charades. Is that my birthday?
I say running charades was your birthday.
What?
I think it was mine, but then there was mine, and then there was.
We had two parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colby was wearing a see-through shirt that wasn't see-through. But it looked like it was see-through.
It's the naked
Yes,
bodysuit.
naked.
I have a bodysuit with like imprinted with a naked body, someone else's naked body.
That was a hit.
It almost worked tonight, actually. But I was wearing that, and it was making everybody really uncomfortable. So there was Valerie.
You had to be there.
No, I feel like we were all just there. Maybe call us off indoor fireworks next time and just like go to a Taylor Swift concert or something, like something chill, guys. Just a suggestion. Very chill, very chill. So normally, like the tried and true question is similarities between the character you play, right? But in this case, you probably don't want to own up to too many similarities between you and the characters you play. Does anybody want to out another cast member? What's something they share with the character they play?
Susan's really smart.
No.
Susan's really smart.
Underestimating me is great. Don't pay attention, don't look. Thank you.
It's positive, that's good. But we don't want positive. We want anything else?
Jack Quaid is literally Huey.
If you think about it though, Carl's kind of butcher, and Comer's kind of Frenchy. I'm just saying.
You're also very anal about cleaning shit. You're a very tidy man. I am a very tidy man.
I can get my memo.
And then there's Chace.
Totally different than my character. Right, Anthony? Right?
Doesn't matter.
Chace, do you draw upon any friends, family, co-workers in the past for the deed? What's your inspiration for the deed?
Oh, we all know that guy, right? I mean, I'm like, for like the kind of, you know, that guy who's just so unself-aware that doesn't really get it, right? Not a guy that does the things he does, but like, you know, he's just like, that guy, he's a little aloof and kind of, you know.
He's doing God's work.
But he's doing God's work.
Humble man, he's a humble
guy doing God's work, so.
But I have to say, I say this all the time, but I have to say, you have to be so smart to play that job. It's not what That's my favorite story, but I'm going to tell it again. That my favorite line that Chace did is he has like season 3, he gives Starlight a gold necklace, and the line is it's 24 karat gold, and Chace comes in and he has one word, and it's so brilliant, and it makes the deed so much dumber. He goes, it's 24 karat and gold. So smart.
I love you, Dick.
There's so many iconic scenes from the show. I want to play at least one or two before we get out of here. This is the end of last season. Instantly iconic, featuring Homelander in a very pivotal moment for the crowd that just eats up what he's doing. Let's check out the end of season 3. Check it out.
Let the boy watch. He was assaulted with a bottle.
We saw.
That's fair enough, right? It's okay. Dumb thing to do, throw a ball in it.
What's the stage direction for Homelander's reaction? Do you remember what Eric and
I think it was hurry up and get this done because we're running out. No, I'm not kidding. It was that we spent so much time that day shooting. Me and my son landed in little rigs, and we were trying to aim with the sun because the sun moves, so to try and make it all work. And it was literally 2 tanks, and I actually kind of fucked it up completely. I was very surprised. It's quite a mean moment. which if anyone could figure out how to monetize memes, sue me after. I don't know, like $80. No, but it was like literally like, okay, we're gonna go. And I left that, and I remember reading that and thinking that, I really didn't stick that. And feeling terrible about it. And which so just goes to show that actors really, we don't know what we're talking about. But it worked out okay. But you shouldn't throw stones at or bottles at people with superpowers. It's just dumb.
There are a lot of lessons in that scene.
There's many.
There's also a lesson in that, like, I guess even a smile can, in the wrong context, be super disturbing. Can you ever imagine that a simple smile could turn into something that's like chilling?
No, the thing about it was as well, is like we didn't know how to look at Disney personally. I don't know if that's the question. I wanted to leave it open, but I think the look at the end, in my eyes anyway, as I see it, is not, oh, I got away with it. It is, oh, fuck, how much caring. You know, it's a realization like, wow, I could walk down in a street in New York with a number of But you know, it wasn't so much like, haha, it was more like, oh wow, someone's just opened the door and I can walk through and then see where that goes. And I think that comes across with that.
Do you guys like openly, I mean, obviously you're satirizing a lot of things that we're seeing in real life. You just alluded to a figure that pops up every day in our newsfeed. But is that something that's discussed on set? Like, does Trump's name come up when you're discussing?
I don't know who that is, but one of the things that I've deliberately gone against is that, like, I don't want to make him like that. That's Eric very much like that character to that person, but oddly enough, I always felt like if we did model it on that person, it would be a two-dimensional kind of character. And we wanted to make something with more red, more dimension to it. Because he just hasn't got any, he's got two gears. It's a tag, and I don't know what the other one is. Something to do with that's stuck in the reverse or something. But no, we wanted to make something better than that. So I think like you take a little bit from life. There's a little bit of, dare I say, Obama. But you know, he always comes up and goes, "Hey, how you doing?" Relax, and we start putting little pieces of everything. And it's not strictly based on touched you. It's not strictly. Oh, it's
rubbing. Never been so uncomfortable. No, we're being bonded. Speaking of real life counterparts, Marjorie Taylor Greene come up? Maybe?
I've never heard of that person. Yeah, you know, I think at times it can be challenging in a similar way. Obviously, Firecracker is so resonant of many voices that we cannot escape currently. And there have been times, and one time in particular, there was a bit of dialogue, and I reached out to Brooke and I was like, oh, did she really say this? This feels like too far. And he's like, actually, this is a quote, and here's the video. Not from her, it's from someone else who also, I don't know. And so, it's one of those things where it could be so easy to watch those videos, to really like lean into those real life figures that we're satirizing here to draw from, but then I worry about that falling into parody. It was nice to take a break from the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing.
Yeah, I think that's the case with everything in the show. Is like, you know, yes, there's a relationship, but there's a very, this season more than any, there's a direct correlation with what's going on in the world, socially and politically. But I think what's most important is that the narrative is driven by the needs of the characters, and I think that's one thing that we've all policed. Not policed, but we've all been the custodians of our characters in that respect. And really? Why would I try to say something? It's feeding time. Yes, it's going to come. No, but I think that's one thing that, you know, everyone in this cast, we're very fortunate. Everyone in the show, it's not just the cast, but everyone really cares about staying true to what we're trying to make, not just poach from the real world and smash it into the world without, the square peg and a round hole. I think everything makes sense when it comes from a narrative-driven character.
Is it odd to play Commander out of costume for the first time?
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. That was our first scene together.
That was our first date?
Yeah, that was really, it was cool, because, that wasn't your first scene though.
No, I think the first
No, that was our first scene
That
together.
was our first scene together.
So that was kind of cool, because we were building this relationship, we were setting up this new character, and I didn't know what to do out of that costume. It was really weird out of that, because I don't know how you guys found it in the end, but like, when you put the suit on, something happens mentally. It just shifts you into, I can't remember what's on it, it's like, that's it. There's a very physical movement that takes over. But did you guys find that?
What?
With the suit?
With the suit, absolutely, especially because we hadn't shot anything, and I had
LJ.
Thank you. LJ's voice in my head about all the ideas that were possible. So it was kind of like a well of energy coming from me, like anything is possible. It's a dangerous amount of possibility and power that comes when you put it on. But I remember that first day also feeling like I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. And in that moment of instability, kind of clocking in with you and just playing off each other, you're so gracious to do, the way you were very encouraging as well, was exciting and scary and kind of made a knot and the pit of my stomach, which I think kind of shows up in translate.
Do you all now have like a different perspective on superhero films, TV shows, comic books? Does it now kind of give you, can you not help but think, oh, Iron Man's probably a secret asshole now, like, we're not so secret. I was gonna say. Or maybe
I mean, I feel like us as a society right now, we're more cynical than we used to be. There was a moment when we did believe in the heroes as they were presented to us. So I think it's one of the reasons why the show resonates the way it does. I think there's a deep suspicion of things that are presented to us to look up to and to just believe in without any kind of questioning or poking or prodding. So yeah, I think we're all in this moment of questioning our institutions.
As you can imagine, we have some audience questions. This is from Claudia. For any of you, what would your character's social media platform be, and what would they post on there? Can you imagine what the social media presence of your character would be?
Just virtue signaling, constant touching on everything, like Juneteenth. Like Lily's outfit.
Would any of you be friends with your character in real life? Got one.
I'd be with your own character?
You were rooting him on in that clip.
I was thinking about Laz, and I was like, this seems like a good no.
Would you be friends with Sage? I don't think Sage has friends.
She thinks her low because she's like a fucking shut it. Friends coming up.
Books. There's no friends for Sage.
Friends of Thomas.
Chace, no love for the deep?
Oh, no chance.
Hey, bro, what's up, bro?
You would have gin.
As the atrocities stack up year after year, do you become more empathetic or less empathetic with the characters? Because, the cliche, it's not really a cliche, it's like, playing a villain, you have to see it from their perspective, right? You're not necessarily thinking of them as a villain. Where does that go after when you after a certain number of atrocities?
Well, that seems to me. So, it's funny, like, I don't see my character as a victim, but there's always going to be a reason behind what's happening. There's a redemptive but like I am interested in why he is what he is, and I think actually you guys have seen one obviously, but you've seen three.
Yeah.
Nearly everyone? Okay, I'm not going to spoil it. The next episode is really very interesting from that perspective, from my guy, and I'll shut up there because I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll hand it over to someone with
No, I think for me, I'm new here, but I think as the atrocities mount up, it's much more curious. It's like, what is going on? What happened to you, baby? You know, and you get to keep investing and keep building. Well, this must have happened in this person's past for them to go this far. So just as much as the atrocities build up, the relationship has to get deeper.
Colby, I think you mentioned it in another conversation, some Succession comparisons. Which character would play who in Succession? Who's Logan? Who's Connor? Who's Stu?
Oh, I can't remember what I said. This was not too long ago that I said this. Was it you that asked that question? Somebody
The thing we got asked about, what show would you cross over with?
crossover.
Yeah.
I would do like Succession.
I can see it fitting in a weird way.
Yeah. Who would I be? Oh, who would anybody be? I mean, Jeremy Strong? That like gets totally, he's like, I'm gonna run for president.
and wrap it up with, oh, that was him. Yeah, it's
No, that was Jeremy Strong. Yeah.
I think it's good. It's the deep.
Deep is great.
Oh, no, I want to be Matthew McFadden, and I changed my mind. I want to be Matthew McFadden. He's a big favorite. Say his name, right? McFadden?
Yeah. We can just spend the rest of the time trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's good.
Another question from the audience. If you could play another character on the show, who would it be? You can swap roles for a day. Who do you want to?
I'm in love with the deep. I would do the deep. I would not do as nearly good of a job. But I would. I love your character.
Anybody else want to switch?
Karen's character. I think she gets to do such amazing stunts, and she like got power. Saying she isn't, that's not her power, so I'd love to go the complete opposite direction.
Did you ask me?
I'd like to try and watch it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pity whinge.
Feel good.
No, I shit it. No, give it a shot. It's got a cool jacket, good boots. Looks kind of chic.
You just want out of that uniform.
Just want to win the club.
So it has been announced. There's only one more season left, guys. How are we feeling about this? Did this catch anybody off guard, or did Kripke tell you this was the plan?
We knew for a while.
Yeah, he started the show saying, this was always his hit to go 5 seasons. And of course, I don't know about you guys, but I was sitting there, we'll see. Oh, we shall see. It might be good too. But no, the show's done well. I think one of the most important things, I won't speak for everyone, because most everyone's not here, but I think everyone wants to go out on a strong note, and I think there's nothing worse, and I've been involved in the show to do this. It's fucking horrible. You do that last season, and it's shit. You get remembered very poorly, and you've got to kind of wear that. And I like to think that we will go out on a really strong note. I think we always do. I think the people that make the show that aren't here across the board, from the executives at Amazon, to the people that make our lunches, to hair, makeup. It's a fucking great team of people that all deserve to have a show go out on a strong note. So hopefully we'll.
Have any of you made specific requests before we end the show? Eric, I need this moment. I need this moment.
I've been unsuccessfully pitching that we end the show with a feature film to Eric. Like, make the last episode of season 5 the cliffhanger and announce the film that we've been filming since the beginning of the series, pretty much, you know? But he always somehow gets out of that when he doesn't.
Would it be in cinemas?
Sorry?
Would it be in cinemas?
Cinemas.
Yeah.
Feature film.
Okay, I'm in.
What do you guys think? Can we get everybody to add Eric?
Shameless, but I love it. Yes.
Just saying. You didn't hear from me. You guys just want the feature film, right? You got it?
We have a telly feature on lifestyle.
Dream bigger. No, we're good. Does this help or hurt chances in the future to play another comic book superhero? Does anybody, is it hard to move past the boys and play another costume superhero?
Booster Gold.
There's been talking. There's that.
Mr. Gold.
Booster Gold.
Booster Gold. What does he
You
do?
know about Booster Gold?
No, tell me.
You just seriously know?
No, I genuinely don't. I'm
This is, you've been fantastic a lot as this character who is, it's a long story. But I can see there's comparisons, and maybe it's too close in some ways to Homelander, but clearly there's no truth to these rumors.
This guy's got blonde hair.
He does.
Wow, how'd you come up with that? You really dug deep for that.
So we can cross off Booster Gold off the list.
I'm getting old, and my body doesn't want to do much action anymore. I want to sit and go, hey, go and do all the. I want to sit behind a desk and a CSI show. Oh, you should have done that. Superhero show.
All right, let's end with this. Some most likely twos among the cast. Who's most likely to go on Reddit reading about the boys? Like reading fan theories, really diving into the internet stuff. Anybody? Oh, it sounds like none of you are on there.
I've done that a little bit.
Just see what's up. I think I know the answer to this. Most likely to complain about the costume.
Anthony.
Come on. Nathan. He's
Oh yeah, you're right, Nathan. Nathan.
Nathan complains about like
You're right.
an owl basis. It's like you don't talk.
You can't see other things.
Every time you're not.
We'll be in scenes and he's literally asleep. He'll fall asleep.
Legit falls asleep. And there's a line in that it's not asleep, and he wakes up and goes, I'm not gonna live it. Which he really fucking is in real life. He's falling asleep at the table in real life. Nathan is almost back to living.
Nothing. What's going on there? Most likely to take Compound B. Give it a try.
The cast?
Yeah.
It's on there.
Anyone that wants to do indoor fireworks, don't trust them with Compound B. Who's most likely to secretly be a superhero? You haven't told anybody. They're actually running around town in a costume.
Jack Quaid. What was that movie? What's that movie with the kid that dressed up in like a tracksuit basically?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be like Kid.
Who's most likely to join an ice show? The boys' ice show. Ice Capades.
I feel like Colby. They would secretly be taking ice skating lessons in addition to their other crafts and skills.
We are not potting, I'm ice skating.
I did have an ice skating party once a couple years ago, but what happened was it was funny. I face planted, and then some guy picked me up off the ice, and he got my number. And we then went on a date. It didn't go well. It would have been a really cool way to meet someone. It didn't work out, but that's okay. Next.
Most likely to be in the boys' musical. Coming to Broadway, The Boys. There's already some spin-offs that are on the air, that are in the works. This is your chance. Eric's gonna be watching this. 60-second pitch.
I think they should be pitching full half. I think Colby and Chace's characters would make it pretty good.
Be a great show.
Actually, in the deep, it would be pretty great.
That would be really.
Take LA, we moved to LA.
It'd be like a half hour.
Oh, be a half hour, like Barry or something weird.
It would be like 22 minutes. It couldn't be it wouldn't sustain. With ad breaks. Because it's on ABC.
Let's get Tilda Swinton involved and show got a green light. Any the tease without ending the rest of the season? What can fans expect? We teased up a little bit already. Adjectives to describe the season? Anybody?
Past that. I'll tell you what I would say. I would say that the season does not end how it starts. I mean, it's a very strong. I don't want to say on the nose, but it's not subtle about what it's saying. In the beginning, as we've seen and we'll see. Do not expect that to continue. Like everything in this show, nothing is what it seems. So don't be misled by the 3-episode narrative that you've seen thus far. Everything's about to flip on its head. At some point.
Expect the unexpected, I might say.
I could have just said that. But thank you for correcting me.
That's our dynamic now. Guys, give it up one more time for the amazing cast.